For millions of years, Earth has been a graveyard of forgotten giants. Crocodile-shark, creatures so strange, so powerful, and so unpredictable that even scientists admit they hope these beasts stay buried in the past. But what if extinction isn't as permanent as we think? What if melting ice, experimental genetics, and unexplored oceans are quietly preparing the perfect conditions for some of the most horrifying creatures in Earth's history to return? Because lately, something unsettling has been happening. Fossils once locked in frozen ground are thawing. DNA samples once considered useless are suddenly readable, and deep-sea expeditions are revealing shapes, shadows, and movements that don't match any known species. Scientists may not say it publicly, but many are whispering the same terrifying question. What if prehistoric predators are not just gone, but waiting? These aren't the usual creatures you hear about. Not dinosaurs, not megalodons, not the overused legends recycled across documentaries. The creatures we're about to explore are far older, far stranger, and far more dangerous. Some ruled ancient oceans with crocodile jaws and shark instincts. Some stalked land with venomous strikes and armored bodies. Others were so massive that even the top predators of today would stand no chance. So before we dive deeper, ask yourself this. If nature created these monsters once, what's stopping it from doing it again? Stay with me, because what you're about to discover will change the way you think about extinction, evolution, and the shadows still hiding on our planet. Dakosaurus wasn't just another prehistoric predator. It was a biological contradiction that seemed engineered to break the rules of nature. Imagine a creature with the sleek, streamlined head of a shark fused onto the muscular, armored body of a crocodile. That was Dakosaurus andinensis, the nightmare that haunted the Jurassic coastlines, a marine reptile built from evolution's most brutal ideas. It didn't stalk cautiously from the surface like modern crocodiles, nor did it glide silently like sharks waiting for a perfect strike. It attacked with sudden, explosive force, bursting upward from the depths with terrifying precision. Its teeth were curved, serrated, and designed for tearing chunks rather than making clean bites. Paleontologists compare them to steak knives, except these knives were anchored inside jaws strong enough to crush bone. This wasn't a creature that hunted for survival, it hunted to dominate. Fossil patterns suggest it may have patrolled territories in pairs or loose groups, ambushing anything that drifted too close. In those ancient coastal waters, murky, shadowed, unpredictable, the presence of Dakosaurus turned every ripple into a warning. But what unsettles scientists today is how familiar the oceans are beginning to look. Rising sea temperatures are recreating conditions similar to those Dakosaurus once thrived in. Coastal ecosystems are expanding, food chains are destabilizing, and strange new species are appearing in the deep. Some deep-sea reptiles discovered in the last decade show skull shapes eerily reminiscent of Dakosaurus. Others possess hybrid features, shark-like snouts, crocodilian jaw hinges, and body profiles that shouldn't logically coexist. This raises a terrifying possibility. The danger isn't the literal return of Dakosaurus through cloning or resurrection. The real threat is evolution itself. Nature has already proven it can build a crocodile-shark hybrid once. Nothing prevents it from assembling the same blueprint again, piece by piece, through new species adapting to rapid environmental change. So the real question becomes, if the ocean is already rebuilding monsters from its past, how long before something as deadly as Dakosaurus rises again, and what other ancient horrors might follow behind it? Long before humans walked the earth, before dinosaurs even existed, the forest of the Carboniferous period hid a predator that would make even the bravest explorer freeze in place. Pulmonoscorpius kirktonensis wasn't just a scorpion, it was a giant among giants, a meter-long hunter built for ambush, intimidation, and raw survival. Imagine walking through dense, swampy forests where the air hangs heavy with humidity, and hearing the subtle scrape of something enormous shifting across the leaf-covered ground. This creature didn't need to hide. Its sheer size was enough to turn the ancient landscape into its personal hunting ground. Unlike modern scorpions, Pulmonoscorpius had massive, powerful claws capable of crushing armored insects and early vertebrates with ease. Its stinger, long and curved like a sharpened hook, delivered venom that could paralyze prey instantly. Scientists believe that its size was possible only because of the high oxygen levels in the atmosphere at the time, which allowed insects and arachnids to reach monstrous dimensions. But here's the part that makes researchers uneasy today. Certain microenvironments on Earth are beginning to show similar oxygen fluctuations. In some caves, peat bogs, and isolated forest systems, oxygen pockets now rise well above normal levels. Add to that the explosive adaptability modern scorpions demonstrate, growing larger and stronger in warmer climates, and the threat becomes disturbingly real. If environmental conditions continue trending upward, evolution could kickstart a new age of oversized arthropods, something frighteningly close to Pulmonoscorpius. So imagine this. Humanity steps into a world where scorpions are no longer something you crush with a shoe, but creatures the size of medium dogs lurking behind fallen logs. And if Pulmonoscorpius represents the forest's forgotten terror, what nightmares waited on land that hunted even bigger prey? In the ancient plains of South America, long before cities rose or civilizations took shape, there roamed a creature so massive, so overwhelmingly powerful, that early humans were little more than shadows fleeing from its presence. Arctotherium angustidens wasn't just a bear, it was the largest bear to ever walk the earth, a towering monster weighing nearly 2,000 kilograms with a height that dwarfed even today's polar bears. This wasn't a slow, lumbering giant. Fossil evidence suggests Arctotherium could sprint faster than a human, closing distance with terrifying speed driven by muscle-packed limbs built for overpowering anything in its path. Its skull reveals deep bite marks and fractures, signs of brutal confrontations with giant cats and other megafauna. Yet Arctotherium survived, even excelled, dominating ancient ecosystems with unmatched ferocity. Early humans who encountered it likely viewed it not as an animal, but as an unstoppable force, one capable of flipping boulders, tearing through shelters, and ending a life in seconds. Imagine trekking across an open plain, knowing that a creature twice the size of a modern grizzly could appear at any moment. What worries scientists today is the rapid hybridization occurring among modern bear species. Polar bears and grizzlies are crossbreeding more frequently, creating larger, more aggressive hybrids known as pizzly or growler bears. As climate change reshapes habitats, these hybrids are evolving faster than expected, and some display proportions unsettlingly reminiscent of ancient megafauna. If evolution continues down this path, humanity may one day face a modern echo of Arctotherium. A bear not satisfied with berries and fish, but one that reclaims its role as the apex hunter of the land. And yet, even this giant pales in comparison to the creature waiting in the swamps of deep time. Deep in the murky swamps of the Permian period, long before dinosaurs ruled the earth, there lurked a creature so nightmarish that even the fiercest predators kept their distance, Prehistoric plumeri. Wasn't a crocodile, wasn't a fish, and wasn't a salamander. It was a monstrous blend of all three, a 9-meter amphibian with jaws longer than a grown man, and teeth designed to crush bone in a single snap. Picture a supercharged crocodile stretched to impossible proportions, its eyes glinting just above the surface as it waited for anything unfortunate enough to come near the water's edge. This titan didn't hunt like modern reptiles. It used patience, silence, and perfect ambush timing. Hidden beneath thick vegetation, Prehistoric could remain motionless for hours, before surging forward with explosive force, dragging its prey into the dark swamp where escape was impossible. Fossil impressions suggest its body was built for quick bursts of power, not slow stalking, meaning once it lunged, the hunt was already over. What unsettles researchers today is the rise of super salamanders appearing in parts of Asia and North America. Some species are evolving thicker skulls, stronger jaws, and alarming size increases, traits eerily similar to early amphibian giants. Combine that with warming wetlands, rising humidity, and expanding swamp ecosystems, and suddenly conditions begin to mirror the same world Prehistoric once dominated. If nature is already rebuilding the blueprints of ancient predators, then Prehistoric represents a terrifying possibility: the return of an apex ambusher capable of swallowing large animals whole. And if something like this ever reappeared in our modern world, no swamp would ever feel safe again. When you look at these ancient creatures, these giants of land, sea, and swamp, it becomes clear that extinction isn't always the end of the story. Some species vanish forever, but others leave behind blueprints, DNA fragments, and evolutionary pathways that nature can revive when conditions align. And today, more than ever, the world is shifting in ways that mirror the distant past. Oceans are warming, forests are thickening, wetlands are expanding, and deep beneath ice and soil, long-frozen secrets are thawing back into the light. So the question isn't just whether these prehistoric monsters could return, it's whether some of them already are, reshaping themselves through new species, new hybrids, and new environmental pressures. Evolution has never stopped working. It only waits for the right moment. And as Earth changes faster than we can fully understand, the line between ancient terror and modern reality grows thinner with every passing year. But now I want to hear from you. Which of these creatures would you be most terrified to encounter in the wild? The crocodile-shark hybrid, the giant forest scorpion, the colossal bear, or the swamp-dwelling amphibian that hunted entire ecosystems? Tell me your pick in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into Earth's forgotten nightmares, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries hiding in our planet's past and the warnings they may hold for our future. Turn on notifications so you never miss an episode, because the next creature we explore might be even stranger, even older, and even more terrifying than anything you've seen today.